what you
have
say you
dated
want versus
men.
what you
Like,
respond
I
to.
can use anecdotal evidence as well. And, when I've dated or spoken to men, I prefer the men who don't give the rhetoric that you give.
Okay, so you dated nice guys before.
I've dated kind men, yes.
Okay, so where are they now then?
Where are they now? Living their lives?
Exactly. Hey, what's up?
I was curious, where do you get your generalizations from? Because you're kind of talking.
On what
Excuse
topic
me.
specifically? I
Well,
said a lot.
yeah, I gotcha. You're kind of talking about, like, it seems like to me you've spoken to every single woman on the planet. Because I know myself as a person, and I am antithetical to everything you're describing as
Okay,
being
so
a
you would
woman.
identify as a feminist, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
I think women deserve rights.
Okay.
So my question that you haven't answered
go ahead.
was, how do you get your generalizations if you haven't spoken to every single woman on the planet? Because personally, I believe that stereotypes are incredibly harmful and not productive. Oh, yeah. What, your response? No,
I'll
go
let you
ahead.
finish
just
what you had to
laughed.
say.
Yeah, that's what
You're
I
done?
had to say.
Okay. Yeah, so this is another, progressive ideology that's kind of retarded, and I'll explain what I mean by this.
Okay.
Stereotypes typically are rooted in
Very
fact,
very-
right? Like, that's what it is, right? Like,
Very
if you're walking down the street at night and you see, like, 3 black dudes walking towards you with Nike fleeces on, you're probably going to cross the street because you don't want to get mugged, right? If you want to hire a lawyer after getting arrested, you're probably going to hire a Jewish lawyer, right? Asians are going to be good at math and do your algebra homework. So it's like...
So you've spoken to every minority on the
Okay, there's always going to be exceptions to the rule.
Right.
But the world operates on generalities. So that's just how it is. Actually, you know what? This is interesting. This is something that women have a tough time understanding, actually. I'm glad. This is a perfect example of what I mean. Mm-hmm. So women have a problem with generalities, especially if it doesn't apply to them. So, like, let's say, for example, I say something like, yeah, a lot of these girls are a lot of these girls are dumb. A girl will say, well, I'm not. Like, okay, cool. But that still doesn't override the fact that a majority are. So...
What?
What
is
generalizations?
your data?
Generalizations is how the world works.
Right, but where is your data? I'm asking for where you get
Okay,
those
what specific point do you have a
generalizations.
contention with that you want me to...
I don't think all girls are sluts. Or
I
most
never said all girls are sluts.
Sorry, I don't think most girls are sluts.
A lot of them are.
Okay, I would love your argument.
Okay. So women, right, have way more sexual access than men do. Okay?
How so?
What was that?
How so?
Because women are still getting laid while men don't. So what does that show? That shows that women are having sex with the same small percentage of guys, pretty much. Like, their
But where are you getting this information? Because I can pull anecdotal information out of my ass,
There's many different studies that show this, whether it's like the Family Studies Institute or which deals with female promiscuity or whatever. The point is, I'm trying to say is that women have more sexual access than men. And since they have more sexual access to men, they're far more likely to be promiscuous. And a lot of girls are promiscuous. Now, is that every single girl? No. But I do think that men need to adapt to the new normal where a lot of women are promiscuous. And you probably don't want to commit to these girls long-term as a guy because that's going to create problems for you. Because we've seen studies where the higher a woman's notch count, right, or sexual partner history, the higher the likelihood of divorce or a failed marriage. Because women don't respond the same to sex as men do. For us, it's like taking a piss. For you guys, it's like, a big deal.
Okay, great generalization.
Because women have far more biological investment in sex. You guys can get pregnant. We don't. So that's what I'm trying to say.
So what would you say to men committing the most violence and sexual violence in America? Like, how does that play into women?
That's a completely different topic.
How? So because you're talking about how, woman bad this, woman bad that, woman slut.
I never said woman bad.
You don't think your rhetoric perpetuates that? You don't think the culture of men are agreeing with your points and going out and making these generalizations of saying I hate women? Women deserve less.
Yes, and that's precisely what women respond favorably to. Yes.
Right. So that's your only generalization you're going to.
Yeah, women don't respond favorably to nice guys. So therefore, when you meet a girl and you're seeing her, you can't give her everything and pedestalize her.
I would love your argument for that.
I'm sorry?
I would love your argument for that.
That nice guys finish last?
Yeah.
That's what you're asking? Like, nice guys finish last?
Yes, I would love to hear it.
Okay. I mean, I think it's kind of common sense that
Common
nice
sense,
guys
that's
get
not
friend
an
zoned.
explanation.
What was that?
Common sense isn't an explanation.
Okay.
Like, just get to the point, please.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
I have a job. I know you don't like that, but
You should be in a kitchen somewhere. That'd be a good job.
yeah.
But anyway.
See, like
Anyway.
everyone laughing at that. Like, you don't think that's an issue?
because you're just not accepting like a very. This is like common sense.
Common sense.
Nice guys don't do well with women because nice guys pedestalize females. This is repulsive because women don't want a guy that pedestalizes them.
So-
they want a guy that they're chasing the validation of. They want a guy who feels better than them. So if I meet a girl and I pedestalize her and give her everything off rip, that implies that I see her value as higher than mine.
How?
And that is completely unattractive
How
to
is
females.
treating someone with kindness? You're mistaking that.
I'm not
for
saying not to be. I'm
simping.
not saying not to be kind. I'm saying don't give her the world and be a big difference.
What do you see as giving a girl of the world?
Contacting her too much, taking her out on expensive dates right away, giving her money, any of this stuff. Like, see, and this is the thing. Since you're a female, you don't understand these dynamics because
woman,
you don't
yeah.
have to deal with women. But for guys, this is a very real dynamic where guys have to come into a relationship and preserve attraction by not being a nice guy. Because women don't
That's
respond
not
favorably to nice
true.
guys.
I
What you
have
say you want
dated
versus
men.
what you
Like,
respond
I
to.
can use anecdotal evidence as well. And, when I've dated or spoken to men, I prefer the men who don't give the rhetoric that you give.
Okay, so you dated nice guys before.
I've dated kind men, yes.
Okay, so where are they now then?
Where are they now? Living their lives?
Exactly.
I
Point
have
proven.
one right now. Like,
Point proven. Like,
no, it's not a point proven because
Point
you
proven.
have value differences. Doesn't mean that I said, oh,
Value
wow,
differences.
they're an awful man because they took me out on expensive dates and I feel like that someone should value me less. Like, what? Why is that? Why should I believe that?
that's fine. Look, you don't have to believe what I'm saying.
I know.
Because you're not a man. But once again,
How does that
privilege is
go?
invisible to those that have it. You don't understand what it takes to be attractive as a guy because everything is handed to you as a female. You don't have to worry
Not
about
everything is handed to me as a female.
approaching, learning to be attractive, making a bunch of money, having status, having a commanding voice, speaking in the active voice. Like, this is stuff that women don't have to worry about.
Do you
or
think
learn.
I have men at my feet, like paying my rent and, giving me an education and giving me job opportunities?
Well, the point is that you can. It doesn't mean that you're
That's not true.
You, okay, really?
If it were true, every woman would be going through that.
A lot of them do. Now, just because you don't seize the opportunity doesn't mean that other women don't do it, or better yet, that they don't have the opportunity. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying you can. That's the big distinction. You
Okay.
can.
I have been rage baited by you for about an hour, and your arguments have zero substance. So enjoy
Zero
your
what?
sandwiches.
Zero what you said?
I will be gone.
Okay, there you go. It's triggered women as usual.